Guys, it's Scrappy Steffi. I have a project share for you, a Graphic 45 project share. Um, I have been working on just a little tag, it's a mini tag album, and I used the Graphic 45 by the Sea. I picked this up at Hobby Lobby a few months ago for, it was half off paper pads. I think it was $10. Um, and I will just briefly go through it. Maybe you've seen this particular collection. It's an older collection from Graphic 45, but beautiful just the same. And I had passed this up many times before I bought it, and I thought, I don't know what I do with it, but it's beautiful. I love Graphic 45. Anything Graphic 45 I love. And so I just finally got it, and I made a little mini tag album. So some of this has been cut up, but just to give you an idea of what is inside the album, or the paper pad, excuse me, the collection. What's left of it. That's what's left of it. So I made a mini tag album. This was what it started out to be. A Pear Crunch bar. And I glued the lid shut, and I did some cutting with my X-Acto knife, and I came up with this. So this is what it started out as. This is what it ended up as. I'm going to see if I can get this my camera a little closer here. So I'm going to try to do this really quickly. I did not have instruction sheets to go by. But I did kind of sort of have a pattern. I had taken a craft class a while back and made this. This was a Graphic 45 also. This was off of World's Fair. And I had made this little mini tag album, and this was made out of a Matchbox. So But the thing about this was the lady that put the class on, she had already done a lot of the grunt work for this. So I basically had to go back and recreate everything that she did. She already had all the pieces cut out. And basically we just kind of glued, and, it was really an easy peasy class. But it gave me some inspiration. So I took this inspiration and, and I made this. So what I did was, as I said, I took this Pear Crunch bar. This is just a protein bar box. I covered it with the Faber-Castell gesso. And then I painted it with just some Craft Smart paint. I actually took a snip of the paper and went to Michael's and tried to get a good color that would complement the paper collection. And this color is just called Aqua. So I painted it. I will start with, I guess, the back, actually. I've done a lot of fussy cutting throughout the paper pad. Almost everything in here is made from this paper pad. There were a few things that were not. Almost everything. This is just some fussy cutting from the back. And then basically I just cut my black mats and then cut the paper, and I didn't do a lot of measuring. I did measure some, but I didn't do a lot. This is for me, so I wasn't trying to be super duper particular. I did a jump ring. It's a, I hate it when I cannot think when I get on here and do video. Do y'all ever do that? Do you freeze up when you make videos? Those of you who do, I just can't remember. It's a brad, excuse me. It's a jump ring brad, and I put that there. This is one of the Tim Holtz fasteners. I picked these two charms I picked up at a garage sale last year, and I colored them with my Prismacolor markers. And then this was a charm. I think maybe someone gave me this, or maybe I picked it up at Michael's. And what I did was I took a piece of the paper collection, the starfish, put it in the center, covered it with glossy accents. And then I added a little gem just for some detail there. Okay, in the front, I just took another charm. I fussy cut these children from this same journaling card, and then just popped it up on some pop dots just to give it a little 3D effect. Put a little stamp there from the collection. Now, in the first mini tag album that I did from the class, she used a magnetic closure. I started to do a magnetic closure on this, and then I actually took it apart and decided to go with Velcro. I wanted to see how it would work with the Velcro. And I actually like the Velcro. I think it's a lot easier to do. The only thing is, you do kind of bend your paper back when you're pulling it back. So you do have to keep that in mind. Either you need to make this really stiff, or you have to use the magnet. So basically, I've taken my box and I cut the lids, you know, both lids off, and then I cut the sides down and opened it up. Now, when you open it up, this is very simple. It's not really for any particular purpose other than for me just to admire the collection because I love Graphic 45 so much. So, like I said, most of this is papers from the collection, and I'm not going to get too detailed in the description. I did use some Tim Holtz industrial stickers right there just to add a little bit of element there. I've made a couple of tags. Now this tag right here actually came from Crafty Secrets, but it said Bon Voyage, and so I thought that kind of went with the theme. And then I made another little tag from the paper cutout and just very lightly stamped an image of a boat, kind of like almost like a ghost ship image. I took a Tim Holtz stamp. All of this is Tim Holtz, and stamped Bon Voyage. Actually, this is a Ranger tag. I made a vellum pocket right here. I glued the pocket down, and I love this lovely lady here. And she's kind of covered up by the tag, but when you pull the tag out, you see her. I glued the vellum down, and then I just took some, I think it's Little Bees washi. It's really, really thin washi. And I thought it kind of complemented the rest of the paper and to kind of cover up the glue mark. And I've just taken some cutout strips here from the paper pad. I did some fussy cutting for this little sign here and added it. And then I sliced me a little pocket in there, did a little bit of distressing here, and just put a little journaling card in there. I've just got a little belly band here, and then I did a little fussy cutting of the little boy. And then this is a little different. I just took a little tag and stamped "A dream is a wish your heart makes," and I took picture of the seahorses from the collection, and then on the inside I actually added a little seahorse charm. Again, this is really just for me. I probably will put this on display. I really kind of just wanted to do it for me. But I like it, and I may add things to it. I'm actually going to Destin in a few weeks, and my sisters and I are going on a sister's vacation there, and I may take some things from my trip and add it to this album. So I've just made a pocket. I've added a little strip. This is By the Sea. I've made a couple of little tags here. Did some distressing, all from the paper line. Again, here another little belly band. I've added a little strip down here. I've made a little tag. I've added a little word phrase, and then I've taken the anchors away and tacked it on here. I've made a little bookmark from one of the lighthouses in the collection. And I've just kind of distressed a little stamp there and add that on, and then I've done a slit pocket again and another little journaling card pocket there. And on this side I embossed with some antique gold, and this was just a stamp. I actually think I got this stamp. I think it's a Studio G, one of the dollar stamps, but I liked it. Kind of looked oceany with the seabirds. I've made a little side vellum pocket, and I added a strip. This is By the Sea to cover up the tape, And then this is just going to be like a little journaling spot. I've done a little cutout there. Beach rules. I showed my sister these rules, and she was cute. She said she wants a copy of these to stick in our motel room so that we remember the rules. Again, I just cut a little pocket here. I did a little distressing there, inked it up a little bit, and used one of the little journaling cards. This is a Tim Holtz stamp that I have embossed with some antique gold. You can kind of see the shimmer. I've cut it out, and I fussy cut one of the another lighthouse there and added it to there. I have just popped out the word Bon Voyage and put it up on some pop dots, put it right there. And on this one right here, I did some papers cut, trimmed some paper from another sheet, made a little pocket here, and I just used some little red tape to stick that on. And on here, I made a little tag with By the Sea. And then I use Tim Holtz industrial stickers just to give it like a metallic finish, kind of like. And again, just fussy cut, added some paper some words from the paper line, and I made a little tag. This is one of the little heart cards from Michaels. I added this, and well, the tag is a heart journaling tag, excuse me, from Michaels, and the postcard is from the collection. And then I also did some fussy cutting there. Then postcard, last postcard, and then on the last page, I've got a little tuck spot here that says make a wish on a starfish. I've added a little star. I have cut the girl out from the collection and added one of the Tim Holtz industrial frames. And then I have made a potential photo mat if I want to use it that way. I fussy cut a star. And then I just cut the poem from the paper pad, which is by John Keats, and it's called On the Sea. And I have cut that poem out and stuck it on a card here. So I can either use the backside as a photo mat if I get a nice photo of me and my sisters, or I can just leave it as such. So I did a lot of fussy cutting. I used a lot of the journaling cards. I did measure, and of course you have to measure when you are making the pages. But I wasn't so particular. Like I said, this one was for me, and I will keep this, for me. I love this collection. I love the sea. And there is my little mini tag album from By the Sea from Graphic 45. Now, guys, I did not use instruction sheets. Like I said, I used this other one for my inspiration, but I had to do all my own measuring. If you can see how I've done the signatures there. They're not, I wouldn't even call it really a signature. I'm not even sure what you'd call that particular way to do the pages. But that being said, if anyone had any questions, feel free to leave a comment in the box. I will answer them as best I can. I'm a homegrown girl, so I tend to kind of see something and think, well, if they can do it, I can do it. And sometimes that works and sometimes it doesn't. So I think this time it worked, and this is something that I will enjoy and hopefully tuck a few pictures in from my trip to Florida in a few weeks with my sisters by the sea. Thanks for watching, guys. You all have a great Sunday. Bye.